A wonderful good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you are and listening to this right now. Such a pleasure to have you with me again in this short video in my Animal Nature Communication channel. My name is Christina Juppe. I'm a certified animal communicator. I also talk with trees and plants too, whatever your requirements. And in this video today, I want to really talk a little bit about when it comes to animal communication. Of course, you have questions for your animals, there's things that you want to know, but it's also very beneficial for your life and your animal's life to be able to receive messages, to be in the receiving mode, to pay attention to your animal, not every minute of the day, but to pay regular attention to your animal and receive the little nudges and messages and communication that they send us all the time, if only we are prepared to listen. And I was reminded of this once again yesterday when I was out in London. I was walking to a train station and I saw a couple of young lads walking with a dog, a sort of a poodle type cross, I think it was. But basically, imagine two young lads, possibly about 18, 19 or something like that. And it was morning and they were deep in conversation with each other. And their little poodle was trotting alongside them on a leash and generally being very well behaved. But I could see that those two young men, they were very much engaged with each other. The dog was clearly, there to be walked and clearly well behaved and clearly loved, but they were doing a job of walking the dog whilst they were discussing important matters. That's how it came across to me. That's how the energy felt to me. And the dog is very well behaved. And then they come to a little park, to a little green, and the dog is allowed to go off the leash. And I didn't know quite what to expect. I was walking a little bit behind them and observing them and the dog from a distance. I thought the dog would run off and, perhaps sniff here and there, perhaps seek another dog to say hello to or whatnot. But that's not what that dog did. He or she picked up a stick and was inviting those two boys to play with him or her, to throw the stick and play fetch. And I was focusing on my path, my track. But every time I cast them a little look, I saw that dog picking up the stick, then running a little bit ahead of them, then putting the stick down, looking at its owner with expectant eyes, saying, "Come on, play with me. Throw the stick. I'm ready to fetch it." However, sadly, those two lads were discussing something clearly very important. They were still deep in conversation and totally and completely and utterly ignored the little dog. So I felt very sad because obviously I'm very in tune with animals, and if you're anything like me, then you pick up the energies from the animals, from people as well. And I felt very sad for this little dog who was inviting them to play with him, who was really a few times picking up the stick, carrying it in his mouth, running ahead, putting it down, looking at its owner expectantly, inviting them to throw the stick. Nothing happened. Then came to the end of the green. The dog was put back on the leash, and off they went, and we went our separate ways. And a small incident, you might think, but a reminder for me and also to pass on to you that this message the dog was sending out was very clear to me. No matter what plans you're talking about, no matter how much you'd like to be discussed in the future, how much perhaps you are reveling and worrying about the past or dissecting the past or planning the future or the next event or whatever perhaps problem you're facing at the moment, understand we need to be in discussion. Our mind needs to keep engaged. But please, please, please step out of this moment every now and again and just play, have fun. So the situation could have been so different if one of them had just stopped, paused, paid attention to the dog, thrown the stick, even once or twice. I'm sure the dog would have eagerly run behind it, picked it up. But even doing that just once or twice, just stopping away from the conversation, away from all the mind clutter, and however interesting it was, they might have had a very productive, very good conversation, but nonetheless, just invitation to you when you are with your animals, just pay attention to them every now and again, even if it's just a routine job like walking you're doing or you're with a friend. An invitation from this dog very much to his owner, the friend, to all of us, and a reminder to me to stop and play and stop and have fun and stop and just be in the moment and be joyful and watch your animal and revel and take on that joy, take on that exuberation that the dog was emitting. Sadly, to no avail, but hopefully next time he or she will be more successful. But again, the message from this dog to me and all of you is so important. Stop and cast aside all the thoughts and just do something fun. Be playful. Even if it's without an animal, do something that really, really benefits you and makes your heart sing. Play, have fun, do something silly just because you like it, just because you want to do it. And if you're with your pet, with an animal, then have fun with the animal, play with him or her. Just have a minute of just joyful abundance and exuberance and feel your spirits lift and just have a little breakout of days goings on and recharge your batteries in that way. Just break state a little bit and put a smile on your face. So hopefully you're continuing this lovely Sunday with this in mind, and perhaps you want to take it with you to the week. And I will see you again soon with my next video. Have a lovely, fun day and a moment or two of just being and being joyful.